Hi guys, welcome back to Pillow Pod. I am Chloe.
And I'm Sophie.
And this is Pillow Pod. Don't know why I did it again.
Every time.
We will never work on that and it will never improve.
Exactly.
So we just want to be completely honest with you from here out.
Exactly.
So, we're wrapping up season 2. How'd you find it? Did you have a good time?
I loved it.
What a crazy jump to having guests on.
It was so fun having like other people's lives and businesses.
Yeah, and hearing like other sides of entrepreneurship.
Exactly,
in, like,
other
every
perspectives.
industry.
Exactly.
But I can't lie, I have missed the original home.
I've missed you, mate.
I miss you. Where have you been? Okay, stop. They're actually really irritating. Yeah. So also, guys, we've hit 1 year of Pillow Pod. Guys!
Bless our hearts.
Year. So to commemorate our 1 year anniversary, happy birthday, PP. Love you.
PP for life.
PP for life. So obviously it all started in our good old bedroom, mate. Bless our hearts. So what we want to do, we want to go through a couple of like quick fire questions of just how we found Pillow Pod, reflecting on the last year. Obviously where our friendship has been amazing, where it's been terrible. Joking. We just want to actually spend some time that it's just us again, get back into space. So how did Pillow Pod start? What was the original concept? So she's looking at me straight away, so I'll get straight into that. So the whole idea, if anyone is new to us, is with Pillow Pod is we started this when we were both in our first couple of months of entrepreneurship for our own businesses. And we were realizing like, okay, this is really isolating. We're not working in teams anymore. And we just were lucky that we had our friendship to bounce off of each other.
Yeah. And we also had no knowledge.
You're walking in blind. No one knows what they're doing when they begin. Write this down. No one knows. You're walking in blind.
It's so much more than just starting an Instagram page.
No, because it's after the Instagram page. Then it's like, it's a whole world. But no, immediately we wanted to then really heighten the fact that we love each other's support for our own businesses and for our own well-being with going through the journey of entrepreneurship, and we wanted to create that for other female entrepreneurs as well. Hence the podcast started, and then that bled into events, and here we are now.
Here we are today.
That was so dramatic. You sounded like a Peaky Blinders then.
Oh, don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Right.
You know Barry Keoghan's meant to be in the new film?
Yes! Oh my
beautiful.
God, if that's not in the cinema,
it better be, because I
miss Polly.
I'll write an email.
Okay, right, stop with Peaky Blinders. Pillow Pod does Peaky Blinders. Sorry.
I'll write up an email.
All right. Killian, if you're listening. Is it Killian or Cillian? Killian. Cillian. I was having this conversation with someone the other day. We're already tangenting to one question and going really well. It's your turn.
Yeah, all right.
Killed it.
So what was the highlight or the highlights of our first year of the Pillow Pod?
I think it was seeing the growth.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like it's like the events in particular for me, because fun fact, I didn't even want to start the Pillow Pod, anything. I didn't want to do a podcast.
I got a flat no.
I didn't want to do anything. I was just like, bro, like, it's just not for me. Blah, blah, blah. Then I got roped in, actually started enjoying it. And then we started events like overnight.
Yeah.
And they were selling out. So that's wild.
Oh, I'm so happy that like you love it, because I remember you being so scared at the beginning. I was like, trust me.
I have my moments where I'm like,
and I'm still dragging you around.
Let's pack up our troubles, mate. And
pack up our troubles. I don't want to put the pajamas on. You will now, and you will smile.
Exactly.
I'm a stage mum. Jojo!
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
That's me. We'll be on the top of that pyramid, mate, and here we are. What's been the most challenging thing for the last year from you?
I definitely think it's the workload.
Yeah.
The workload is wild.
Yeah.
Considering this was meant to be like our little thing on the side.
An Instagram page, a little bit of the pod, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of work, a lot of behind the scenes, everything like sorting out the events, even writing podcast episodes, like it's a lot.
But it went from like just being a podcast, and then we became into a full legal joint company.
Limited company.
Yeah. Limited
LTD.
company. LTD, the hard LTD. Yeah, and that's one of like things we then realise it's getting serious now.
When we're dealing with all like the paperwork and like,
and we're getting
boring
interest
stuff.
from like other businesses as well.
Yeah.
And like actually building a brand, which we didn't even anticipate it would get that big.
Exactly. It's so funny. We were like, we'd never start a business.
Never start a business.
Not knowing
with my
that
friend.
actually the podcast we were sat on was the business. That's so funny.
Bless her heart.
Bless her. Is it me? Sorry. We haven't done this in a while, so...
It's highlighted questions and they're colour-coded, but it's still not enough.
Can you remember the exact moment that we decided to start the Pillow Pod?
Yeah, we were sat in my bedroom.
Can't.
We were sat in my bedroom and I brought it up and then
I was
were
like,
no.
Yeah.
So I then brought it up another 5 times, which is normally my tactic that she hates.
Yeah.
Until she said yes.
Yeah.
And then we went from there.
Because you always like sat there and just be like, oh, I think we should like start a podcast. I'm like, no. And then like 2 days later, it's like, I really think the podcast was... No!
I wish we documented that. And we're just like in Pizza Express. And I'm like looking at the camera like, I'm about to ask her again and see if she caves.
No, yeah. I can't...
What
I
made
can't
you
remember
eventually say yes? Because I was like annoying it out of you.
Well, yeah, that. I was getting irritated. I was like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, go on then.
Fine, take the iPad and be
Exactly.
quiet.
You film it, you sort it out. And here we are today.
Here we are today. What were our biggest fears when launching and did they come true?
I think for me personally, like I was scared about what people would think. Because I always care about that.
Do you still care about that?
Not really, no.
What changed it?
When the good feedback was outweighing the bad. So I saw, obviously, we must be doing something right. And if you don't like it, don't watch it.
See you later.
See you later.
Like, no
it's
big
not
deal.
that deep.
We're not everyone's cup of tea.
Exactly.
Some people hate pink. That's okay.
Exactly.
It's not...
Some people hate you. And it's just...
Yeah, and it's you. Everyone hates me. But
It's
yeah,
so
annoying.
nice.
I'm not the sensitive one that people feel sorry for. Everyone feels sorry for you. Can't be such a bully. Yeah. Well, it built a brand, so there you go.
Exactly. How has our podcast evolved from our first episode to now? That's a funny question.
We're a lot more professional now.
Yeah, 100%. It's funny because our
user-friendly.
first episode actually isn't available on the internet anymore.
Because we swear every 2 seconds.
Yeah. No, but our
Our
very
production
first,
team's laughing right now.
our very first episode was filmed in your bedroom on
Yeah.
an iPhone.
Yeah.
And we were sat there like, what's your favourite colour?
And we weren't even in pyjamas. We were in like me and my boyfriend's
Bathrobes.
robes. With like a PG tip stain
my
on the
God.
shoulder.
The whole concept is so hilarious.
But
Like,
then it just
from
shows
then to now.
the growth though.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm not being funny. How many of you archive your old grid and archive old content? You're like, God, I even posted that.
Honestly.
Immediately, but it's like everyone starts somewhere and you don't always have the budget to invest into a business at certain points.
We definitely didn't.
And
have
then
the
as our own businesses grew, we could then invest into Pillow Pod, and then that's why we were then leveling up.
because we've restarted this podcast 3 times. So we posted a season that was filmed at your house, then we deleted that, posted a new season, and we couldn't stop swearing the whole entire way through.
We were too excited.
It was disgusting. It was actually difficult to watch.
We put ourselves in therapy after that. We were kind of told to by our producers, like, you need to get this together.
Yeah.
So we're on it. Sorry about that.
And then we started again, and here we are. And
Now we're
it's
grown
going on.
ups.
Now we actually know,
It's
what
also
we can and
called
can't say.
having ADHD.
Yeah, well, there is that.
There
too.
is that
Yeah.
as well. What has surprised us the most about podcasting?
For me, it's definitely confidence. My confidence, it's not through the roof,
It's so much
but
bigger.
it's so much. I'm so much more confident now than I ever was before, because I used to really struggle with the whole imposter syndrome, what people thought about me, little things like the way I looked. I wouldn't even smile. I had a complex about my teeth. Now I'm here like, I don't care.
Editing
I
was
don't
really
care.
fun with her after every episode. Get rid of that. Why? Get rid of I blinked. Right.
Oh, yeah. I was like, cut that. That's disgusting. No, cut it.
You're laughing.
Yeah.
yeah, get rid of it.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's also like, I've seen it in your content for your own business as well, and how you are with your own clients and just at events as well. Like, you've grown so much as a person, confidence-wise, in your personal life because of this.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
of the pod.
There are some, like, there's so many things that I would do now that I would have never done before.
That's so interesting.
Because of the podcast.
Slay podcast. Was I right then when I brought it up?
Anyway, next question.
I want to pan it on that. What's been the best feedback we've received? I think it's from the events.
Yeah.
From when everyone... We have a lot of duos and we attract a lot of like friendship,
exactly what I was
partnership
gonna say.
businesses. And they're like, you guys are us. I'm Chloe, you're Sophie, sort of thing. And I love that because it's like our personality and friendship balance. So many people have that.
It's so relatable.
That's so fun.
Whereas like you're like really out there and bolshy and outgoing, and I'm like introverted and a bit quieter. That's normal.
But it needs balance.
Yeah,
Because I could not
exactly.
deal with another version of me.
No.
No. And this is when you meant to say you couldn't deal with another version of you, but hey, we'll go to the next question.
Where are we? Ooh. Have you had any complete podcast fails, technical issues, awkward silences, or things we had to cut out?
This whole episode.
Exactly that.
Well, we've already kind of touched on it. Like, I'd say the swearing, but also
Yeah.
there's some things where when you're looking back and you're looking at like your episode that you've done, you always want to reflect on from an audience perspective. So
yeah.
whatever your personal opinion is about yourself, you almost
You
need
have
to
to
put that
remove
to the
that,
side
yeah.
and think, okay, is this entertaining? Is it educational? What's it providing? And I think that's where sometimes we would have to have disagreements. And then, but at the end of the day, it needs to be like a united front of, okay, this isn't working because, and then maybe we won't put that out or we'll reshoot this.
Yeah.
And I think it's really hard though, because you've got to get to a point where you are comfortable with your own being to make that sort of judgment.
Yeah, 100%.
These question pauses.
100%.
100%. Hey, what's been the biggest learning curve in PP?
I would have to say,
The tension.
yeah, us as a friendship and
100.
like how we balance that and how we communicate with each other and how we talk to each other. And because I think at the start we were so worried about upsetting one another. So then a lot of stuff would be unsaid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think we've got to a point where I think then we started getting a bit too militant with each other. And now we found
Our middle ground.
like a common
Because I think
ground.
as well, when you're friends with someone, they normally get the best parts of you. And then all of your other, like, let's be real, me being bolshy, I can be a bit cold because it's part of my character. But normally that's how I am when it comes to moving things and making things happen business-wise, because it works as an advantage. But that in a friendship, it can rattle feathers. But I think you're so right with then we're having to then, because we've like, we'll be honest guys, like we've sat down and we need to prioritize our friendship and the business here. And it's not very, like people are very flippant of, oh, I'd never go into business with my friend, like we were before.
Yeah.
Because you have that anxiety of, I don't want to damage a
Damage the
personal
friendship.
relationship
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
for a business. But then we've been so adaptable to it. And yeah, counselling, mate, group therapy,
Exactly.
lots of Red Bulls,
Yeah.
holding hands, singing
100%.
Kumbaya.
100%. If we could go back to day one, what's one piece of advice that we'd give ourselves?
I think it would be, obviously like, I was very excited at the beginning with the idea, but I think it would have been we already had that conversation. I think I just really like trust the process. Trust me. Like, because I mean, I'm not being funny. Someone comes to you with this idea out of the bat, and this was a point at the beginning where you weren't even messing around on socials like that. You weren't even showing your face, which is incredibly daunting to do when you've never done it before. Like it may, even though like now I can do it off the bat because it's my job, I remember the first time I filmed myself, and it like feels so unnatural. Feels really weird.
And then you're watching it back and you're like, it's cringe. And
yeah, and it's like you then get fixated on the negativity of it. But then someone who doesn't know you and watches that blind has then understood your character and understood your personality. So I think it's like 100% it would have been a more trust the process. And because I knew we had something here, because you don't, especially with a huge thing with us is like we want it to be relatable. We are very unfiltered and we're very honest about our business ventures as well as our failings, our successes, because you have to be like that. There's so many people out there of like how to become a millionaire in 10 minutes and they've got 4 yards and it's like it's not relatable. It's like we're living in one shoebox with a bed sheet for a curtain sometimes.
Exactly. Been there. And that's exactly why, like, it's important for us to be authentic, because that's why we started this. That was the whole point of it. So for us to not be open and honest just wouldn't even sit right with us to begin with. So, yeah.
Who's on our dream guest list? Final question. Who's your one? I've got my one. Who's your one?
I actually don't know. I think probably... No, you go first.
Kris Jenner.
Oh, yeah.
The momager of all momagers.
The momager.
I would want 100%. To see and hear everything from that woman. She built an empire.
100%.
An empire.
100%.
Air hostess to conglomerate business.
Exactly.
And this is it, though. It's like everyone likes to go, the Kardashians have no talent. Are you an idiot?
Exactly.
Because come on, who are you watching?
Don't be silly.
Who's at every event?
Exactly.
Like these, like all of social media could disappear. They're fine.
Kris Jenner is a mastermind.
Jenner.
Mastermind.
I want to watch that masterclass she's released. She's done a masterclass.
On what?
Like they do the CEO founders when they go in and there's something in. We need to watch.
Wait,
we'll watch
I haven't even heard that.
We need to watch that. It's been on my bucket list. But anyway, Kris Jenner is mine.
Oh, I still don't even know who mine would be. It would probably be someone like Grace Beverley. Do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
So she started a brand called Tala. It's like a sports clothing brand.
I feel like you've told me this.
Yeah, she's literally like same age as us, and she is like a multi-millionaire. Like she started off just on YouTube, just posting videos, and she's so on point with her branding, her marketing. She knows what works, what doesn't work. I would love to pick her brain. So it'd probably be her.
It's the consistency and the showing up, and even when things are awful and you want to can the whole thing, still showing up, because everyone started from nothing. Everyone started wearing a robe in bed with an idea, mate. Everyone's been there.
Exactly.
Do you think I could maybe start a business? Nah. Imagine if that was a conversation.
Exactly.
Maybe we should do Pillarpod. No. Yeah, you're probably right.
Silencio.
Yeah. It's crazy though. Sometimes you got to just take that leap of faith.
100%.
You might end up here a year later doing a podcast with your bestie. And on that note, guys, thank you for coming and watching and sharing all of your thoughts of how you've been finding Pillowpod. All of those of you that show up to our events, we're so grateful. We're loving them 100%. So much. And all of the guests that came on season 2, that was amazing.
So good.
And we've got such an amazing lineup for season 3. We'll see you then. Bye.